Our Director of Ceremonies, Professor Tagwira, the Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. C. Gideon Chiwenga, the Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired KCD Mohadi, in absentia, our National Chairman of ZANU-PF and the Minister of Defense, Honorable Wasizet Chinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Charles Tawengwa, Minister of Higher Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Honorable Professor Amon Murira. Other honorable ministers who are present, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Rushoya, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Ungwe, senior government officials who are here, the Research Council of Zimbabwe Board Chair, Professor Z. Muranda, Acting Executive Director, Research Council of Zimbabwe, Dr. Marango, Vice Chancellors of Universities, research institutions and councils, college principals, and members of the academia who are here, captains of industry and commerce, representatives of international organizations who may be here, distinguished guests, comrades and friends. It is my distinguished honor and pleasure to address this inaugural National Research, Science, Technology, and Innovation Conference. The fact that this platform has brought together all stakeholders to engage in the intricate linkages between sustainable development and research, science, technology, and innovation is commendable. It shows me that you, the people and institutions here gathered, are ready to take our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe, to the next level of modernization and industrialization, riding on our country's human and natural resources, capabilities, and capacities. Well done for heeding to our calls that nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatibwa, nevenevayo, and nevenevayo ndisi. Igoimbigwa, nevenevayo, zaita vasikanawo. At the outset, I want to commend the Research Council of Zimbabwe, the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, and other stakeholders for organizing this important conference. Such dialogue and partnerships are invaluable for leaping forward our multi-pronged national development agenda. The theme of the conference, and I quote, coordinating and promoting research towards the attainment of Vision 2030 and beyond, end of quote, is most appropriate. This provides scope for the development of strategies that must scale up high-impact research outputs for addressing the present and future socioeconomic and scientific needs of our nation. In this regard, there is a need for the Research Council of Zimbabwe to reinvent itself as an apex organization, more so in the context of a robust and ever-expanding research, science, technology, and innovation ecosystem. However, under my leadership, no institution or individual has the monopoly of research and inventions. It is this principle that saw the creation of an enabling research and invention environment in our country, resulting in the reconfiguration of our education system to Education 5.0. as well as the creation of innovation hubs and industrial parks at all our state universities. This has in turn unleashed the research potential of our young boys and girls who are talented, with unprecedented success milestones scored to date. As outlined in the National Development Strategy, I expect the commercialization of intellectual property through a coordinated, harmonious, and effective research output value chain to further accelerate our country's modernization and industrialization. We should never work in silos. Singleness of purpose and seamless cooperation, as well as structured academia-industry collaborations, are critically important and necessary. Research outputs must feed into our growing industries, and industry must equally inform, guide, and request research into pertinent industrial priorities towards improving production and productivity, as well as the range of products and services our people need. To the private sector, industry, micro, small and medium enterprises, I urge you not to be bystanders. Jump onto this moving train, partner and support researchers, innovators, and inventors. Going forward, all sectors, including government, must consume the outputs coming from our research and innovation ecosystem. We should abandon the philosophy of expecting to develop ourselves from what other people have developed themselves. Let us be proud to be who we are and develop our own systems. Distinguished delegates, I challenge the Research Council of Zimbabwe and all stakeholders in the research and innovation space to be engaged in transformative research that improve resilience among our communities and a higher quality of life for our people, from the lowest strata to the highest level. Gone are the days where researchers would research about why grasshoppers freeze in the winter. Research must be correctly textualized into our present national needs as a people, the realities and development priorities of our country. Partnerships and synergies with other regional and global professional bodies and centers of excellency are equally encouraged to enhance your work where possible. We should not reinvent the wheel. Scientific inquiry across priority areas such as agriculture, mining, healthcare, nutrition, transportation, safety and security, as well as climate change and space science, among other fields, are welcome. Under the Second Republic, I challenge my Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology to develop young, talented boys and girls to specialize in space science. Because what tobacco, space, America, Germany, Zimbabwe. Further, research should never be treated as an end in itself. The publish or perish syndrome, without regard for the effectiveness of research in addressing critical issues of human development and progress, is not acceptable. The tendency among researchers and institutions to operate in relative isolation from one another, thus failing to benefit from the synergies and the collaborative approach to research, should now be a thing of the past, because we both do research for our motherland, for our own humanity in Zimbabwe. As the adage goes, njere moto zinogokwa. I therefore urge you to seek to learn from your peers, from other institutions and communities, as well as progressive jurisdictions and cultures, to master technologies while adapting them to our local conditions. Rimwe gore pakange pane mutambo pachimwiwa doro zokuti heke. Saka vamwe baba, handi kuti vamwe mai, asi vamwe baba vakabva vadhakwa zvakanyanya. Zvino pavakavata pazhe pekichini, ruvazhe ranga vasina kura zvikuru, kwaiti vane bundo reperopero noruvazhe. Saka vavata vakashama muromo, kanyoka kakafunga kuti ibako. Ndokubva munoziva kuti kana nyoka ichipinda mwena inongoti pinde musoro yodzoka musoro, mutumbo waro wopinda mukati. Saka ndozvakakaita kanyoka kakaona baba vakashama muromo, ndongoti pindei musoro ndokubuda pazhe. Baba vakabva mukaona kuti ndadini ndapinzwa nekanyoka. Pavakatanga kuchema, paive pana lawyer senso na engineer na ava research vakange varipo, namama professor na medical doctor na economist anga varipo. Baba vakamuka zvino kanyoka kakadaka kasikapinda mukati ndokuna kuti ava vose nedzidzo yavo hapana akambodzidza kubvisa nyoka yapinda mudumbu vose vakatanga kutiza kuti ko profesa akabatsirai baba kanza da kuzvifunda kuchikoro baba vakamhanya kudzamara varara pasi kanyoka kachikoda kari mukara pakazuva nomwe akati kuna sekuru vavete seruko vadanei tione kuti vangatiudzawo mazano here sekuru vaya vakauya vavuya vakati aiwa indai kuruko vamunobata dacha ndokunobata dacha riya kaichisungirai cotton pagumbo redacha ndokusungira baba vaya vangoraka vakadaro nyoka ndokukanda dacha mberi kwenyoka vachidhonza chii cotton iya nyoka yaitevera kuti ibate dacha asi yaitobuda saka wisdom inongowanikwa pose pose nepamusingafungiri. However, stakeholders are called upon to adopt strategies and models which build greater national research, self-reliance and autonomy. A balance must be reached between external perspectives and approaches with our heritage-based and locally generated science, technology, and innovation. We must remain Zimbabwean and African in our thoughts and deeds. Ndavena sekuru wangu vakaenda kujoni 1944 vakadzoka 1947 vasati vachada kudya sadza rezviyo vachiti vakanga vaenda vaidya raisi zvino isu vana mai vanga vasina raisi vakangoita mazuva maviri oga vachiramba vakazodya sadza riya ravakange voramba. We must remain Zimbabwean and African in our thoughts and deeds. This is a key ingredient for our economic growth, modernization, industrialization, and overall global competitiveness if we remain ourselves. Through research and innovation efforts, Zimbabwe must realize industrialization in Cholocho, Binga, Mzarabani, Chipinge, Kanyemba, among other areas. We leave no place behind. Comrades and friends, I exhort the Research Council of Zimbabwe and stakeholders to apply corrective measures to address shortcomings in the sector. The proposals to usher in a new era of results-driven and high-impact research excellency are welcome and should be pursued by all. The ongoing realignment of the organizational structure of the Council must remain in sync with the present thrust of the Second Republic and the national development imperatives. We should not be creating a multiplicity of structures and a bloated bureaucracy which does not deliver. Meanwhile, my government will continue to support this sector to address resource and infrastructure gaps, among other needs. I exhort the private sector to also come on board and support research and development drive, which we are pursuing. The registration, curation of all research in Zimbabwe must also be urgently be undertaken. Equally, efforts to strengthen the national capacity for managing intellectual property generated within the country are a priority. And at Second Republic, I told the young men, your professor, Murira, Murira, that at each state university, I want an innovation hub to be constructed. And we as government will put funds at these state university hubs so that our talented boys and girls can dream and dream and dream. Some of the dreams may translate into a project or a product or a service, but other dreams will remain dreams. Doesn't matter. Let's have our children dream. Legal minds must come on board and protect all outputs of our research and innovation revolution. Meanwhile, it is pleasing to note that our education sector is prioritizing continuous curriculum review with emphasis on developing skills and competencies in science, technology, innovation, engineering, and mathematics. This lays a sound foundation for a scholarship culture, critical thinking, objective analysis, and the problem solving among our young students. I expect that the education review processes, coupled with effective research spaces, will see our young talented boys and girls having broad access to a robust research and development ecosystem. It is this approach that will catalyze the realization of our full national potential and prosperity. I think you all know that most of the developed countries, which we call the first world, most of the brains in those countries are not citizens. This country go worldwide, especially in developing countries, scouting for bright boys and girls, and they bring them to their own institutions. There are several Zimbabweans in America, in the United Kingdom, and in Europe, in high places, producing products and the services of the highest quality, but the credit goes to those countries, not to where the boy or girl was born. So under the Second Republic, we are creating an environment where we allow our girls and boys to dream, but dream continuously in their motherland. And where possible, where their dreams translate to a product or a service, we fund. Well, I call on the media to play its part in transition from merely reporting on the establishment of innovation hubs and industrial parks. Buildings do not deliver products and services. Instead, the media must unpack and enlighten our societies of the specific innovations and how these will change and impact the lives of our people, village by village, city by city, and the national economy as a whole, how it gets impacted. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, I once again commend the Research Council of Zimbabwe and its stakeholders for successfully organizing this inaugural edition of the National Research Science, Technology, Innovation Conference. What I don't know is all these people who are here, I hope they're all scientists, except me. We should be proud as a people to encourage our young people. Whether they make mistakes or they fail, we should continue to encourage our people to dream. We should not expect that everybody's dream becomes useful. No. The outcomes of this collective effort must inspire you all to play your part in the successful development and implementation of national policies, programs, and projects. This is our motherland, Zimbabwe. We must leave it better than we found it, and we will be remembered for that. And not leave it worse than we found it, we will be cursed. With these remarks, comrades and friends, it is now my honor and privilege to declare the inaugural National Research, Science and Technology Innovation Conference officially opened. I wish you all insightful deliberations. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. Thank you.